Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. Still don't have a name for this though, but it's my first podcast in a while. I'm just gonna start now uploading it on YouTube for you guys to watch on here, and then it's still gonna be on Apple Music. That link will be in the description below. So listen to that while you're driving, and then come watch me sit here in my room talk about the same podcast when you get home. Why not? Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. Haven't been here in a while. Yeah, so let's just jump right into it. As everyone pretty much knows, podcast is mainly about sports. Pretty much all it's about. So mainly talk about my favorite teams, but I do talk about the whole leagues as well. Some of my favorite leagues. I don't talk about hockey at all because I think it's a stupid sport. Sorry, any hockey fans that listen to this. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So first thing, gonna talk about MSU basketball. You know, we're ranked sixth in the nation right now. Cassius and Coach is up for a couple big awards this season, and I think Cassius is most definitely the Big Ten Player of the Year, and I think when you truthfully look at it, I think especially with Zion going down for Duke, I think he definitely has an opportunity to be in the upper echelon of for the National Player of the Year. I think he should be in the mix along with I give respect to R.J. Barrett, a couple other guys in there that are considered for this award. That award, obviously, but Cassius, I think, definitely deserves to be up there, and there's not a doubt in my mind that he is the Big Ten Player of the Year. I don't think there's any debate in anyone's mind about that. Coaches, I mean, if we finish the season the way we're supposed to, there's no reason in my mind he shouldn't be the Coach of the Year. He's won it plenty of times throughout his career, but with all the injuries and everything that we've had to go through this year, I think I think he definitely needs to be rewarded for that. Losing Josh end of December, I believe it was, then losing Nick, 2 weeks ago now. And still fighting through, getting a huge win against our rivals down the road in Michigan, and going on the road and doing them. We still got them here in another 8 days now, or 9 days. So that'll obviously be a big game. The Breslin will be jumping, and so it depends how we finish the season, but I definitely think he deserves to be up there. Obviously, I think he's best coach in college basketball, in my opinion. I know some people say, Krzyzewski or Calipari or any of those guys, and I'm not saying those guys aren't great coaches, but we don't get the 5-star recruits and all those guys that come to Duke and even North Carolina, Roy Williams, and you don't get the Kentucky and Bill Self even with Kansas, but to a lesser degree. But it's kind of like that's kind of what our whole university is about. We make the most out of less, and no stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars doesn't really matter. We just everyone in our community at our school all pulling same direction, trying to get the same thing accomplished, and I think that's why both Izzo and Antonio have been so successful in their time at Michigan State, is just because we know none of that matters. Just gotta go out there and play the games. Then I guess just talk about the schedule a little bit. We got 3 games left. We're at Indiana Saturday, literally a month to the day. Same day, Saturday, 2nd of the month, as it was last month when they beat us on our home court when we had college game day there. I know sitting in the stands that day, that was probably the roughest Michigan State basketball game that I've had to sit through, just because we had so much hope, so much hype going into that game. We were on, we were having such a great season. Cassius was really coming into his own as the clear best player. I think at the beginning of this year it was everyone thought, oh, Nick went to the draft, so he's got to be the clear best favorite, obviously. And then when he came back, that's what everyone pretty much thought. But I think obviously, especially right now with him being injured, would love to have him back. Be foolish not to want him back in the lineup on the team, but hopefully he can make it back for the tournament. But I think around that time, Cassius was really, he's been doing it all year, but really coming into his own and really putting the rest of the nation on notice. And that was it was a rough game to sit through. I really, it was fun. It was that was the weirdest part about it because that was probably like the hypest basketball game at Michigan State that I have been to, but at the end of the day, the result was the most disappointing that I've ever seen at my time there. That I've been to. Obviously, Michigan losses in past years and tournament losses, but I don't want to talk about that. But with game day there and everything, and so I think that'll definitely be in our minds going into Bloomington on Saturday. So hopefully we can bounce back. I know they've been doing some nice things lately. The Romeo Langford, I know he hit a game winner the other day. So sounds like they're doing pretty good right now. Haven't done a lot of scouting on them, but hopefully we can avenge our loss and just keep this thing rolling. And then next Tuesday we play Nebraska at home. So I know actually as we're speaking right now they're playing the that team down the road, Michigan. They're playing them right now, but last time I checked, Michigan was up on them. So was hoping they could go in there and get a win, but so they'll come here next Tuesday and his own reunion game, so that'll be fun. See all the former his own members in there, and just really building up to what could be a really special day next Saturday if we handle our business and prepare and just do everything right. And that carries to the fan base too. We gotta prepare right, have respect, because that's the biggest thing. I know that's what coach talks about all the time. They're our rivals because we hate them, but no one can dispute their record this season and what they've done. So as much as you hate to say it, you tip your hat off to them, but we got the best of them in round one. So hopefully, especially with next Saturday being senior day, hoping that we can, send a message and send our seniors out right from the Brez and, go into the Big Ten tournament that following weekend. We already got a double bye, so, have a nice little 6-day off and to prepare to get ready for the tournament. And then after that, hopefully a nice little run in the Big Ten tournament, get ready to really push it and, time to make something happen in the NCAA tournament, March Madness. So, that's everything. It's hard not to look past. I know that's kind of how it was last Wednesday when we were playing at home and, we were down, 11 something in the first half or going into the second half, something like that. We were down and able to come back and win and, Cash and doing his thing and, Cueto hitting the big shot, the famous Tom Izzo fist pump in it. And, looking past to that Michigan game, I don't think the players were doing that. I'm sure right after the game, I'm sure they enjoyed the win, but, it was Michigan time after that. So, but, I guess that's kind of the same thing from a fan's perspective, looking like, okay, we can't, we still got 2 games left before we play Michigan again. So, that's going to be a tough game down there at Indiana. So, we know the boys will have to be ready for Saturday. Bunch of confidence in them. And then, coming home next Tuesday versus Nebraska, I think that'll be Nebraska's record isn't there, obviously, but I think that'll still be a big game. Hoping to, show out and have a good game leading into senior night and Big Ten tournament, March Madness. But when all that pans out, and probably either the next podcast or the podcast after that, we'll be talking about, Big Ten tournament and what to expect going into March Madness. So thank you guys for watching my podcast. Post another one next Thursday. If you guys have any suggestions for the name, put it in the description below or tweet me. That link will be in the description below. Make sure to watch my other videos, and see you guys next time. Bye.